Okay, we are live. Welcome everyone to another live stream on Wednesdays where we continue to work on our Carousel package. And I don't have Vite running. Where am I? Oh, not here. There you go. Okay, so today's agenda, as the title implies, is to we are going to implement autoplay for our plugin. That will require a little bit of fiddling because it's not included with the Embla Carousel default LPI. Instead, we need to add a plugin to it. So we're going to do that. We're going to get it working. We're also going to include a delay for the autoplay as an option. And once we're done with that, we are going to make sure that this looks good on light mode. And also I want to change the design and the colors to be more like the colors from Filament, because the end goal at the end of all of this is not only to have a standalone plugin for Laravel, but also to have an Infolist Carousel Package plugin for Filament version 3. So it'll be nice that the design matches what Filament has by default. Okay, let's see. Let's start with autoplay. I'm gonna open the Embla Carousel documentation. See if I can remember with that. Oh, here, plugins, autoplay. So first thing is we need to install this. So let's copy this. I'm gonna need another window here, and let's do that. Although this is, I shouldn't do this. Oof, God, I caught it. This should, well, actually I am in package carousel. I was thinking that I thought I was in the carousel demo folder. We need to be in the packages carousel because this is going to be bundled with the carousel package and then included in our demo. So turns out I am in the wrong place, in the right place. Although I do want this to be saved dev. All right. Cool. Oh, that was fast. Okay. The next thing is to actually use it. See if I can find that in the docs. Installation and straight to options. No examples. Do you have an example for? Maybe edit code? Oh, you're gonna give me a sandbox. Okay, I can work with that. Let's see. Okay, so we need to do an import of the autoplay, and then here's the options array, object actually. And here is where we do Embla Carousel. They pass the options. It's a third parameter with an using the autoplay, which we just imported, and it takes its own set of options, including the delay. Well, that creates a bit of a complication. I was hoping I could do just one options array. So either just have one options array and split it inside, or just pass in two different options. Okay, two different options array. I guess it's fine. Yeah. It might come handy later because maybe I want to also give the option to the user to just straight up pass an array of options, just like the ones that the Carousel package and the autoplay plugin accepts. So more functionality. So yeah, I'm gonna go with 2 options here. Where do I do this? Let's go to resources. Let's start by including the package. That'll be in not resources, packages. Where is it? Am I in the wrong place? Yeah, I mean, why am I here? Hold on. Looks like I'm not in the right place. I opened the project, but I opened it on the Carousel demo, on the Carousel package folder, and not in the demo. So let me go back to that. There you go. Packages, Carousel, resources, JS, index. Yeah, index. To import autoplay from Embla Carousel autoplay. And just to be sure, let's also put it in the window scope. Okay, now onto the carousel.js file. How do I want to do this? So first of all, let's see how do we want to pass this on the actual, where is it? The view. Let me check. Components, carousel index. Right now we just have this options array, and then we pass that to here. But the way that I want to use it in our demo project, resources, views, components, no, sorry, demo. The way that I would like to use this is by, let's say, autoplay equals true. And then delay, I believe they do milliseconds, and I don't want to do math, so I'm going to keep milliseconds as well. The default is 4,000, which is 4 seconds in between each slide. I'm going to keep that and then change it a bit, see how it looks. So that's how I want to use it. Problem is, the delay option goes into a separate object. And I'm guessing based on the value of autoplay, because I like the way how it looks, I would have to decide if I'm passing that option, then I pass a third parameter to the Embla, the last parameter to the Embla initialization call. Let's see. So down one level. Let's receive autoplay. And I want to keep autoplay as false by default. I don't want it to start playing. And also delay. Oh, by the way, remember last week when I couldn't, I think it was, yeah. Last week I couldn't figure out why it, even though I passed false in the loop prop, it was still giving me, it was still activating loop by default, even though I set it to false. And basically, Yadin Dominguez, hi, how you doing? What's up, man? Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining. Basically, when you pass the value of loop was being passed in as a string. So when I pass it in as the options and then transformed into a JavaScript array, it was still being passed in as a string, and I need it as a Boolean. So the way that I solve that is by just checking the value of loop here, just doing a simple check here. If loop equals to the string true, then I set it to Boolean true. And if we pass something else other than true, then it's going to be false. Boolean, not string. I think I'm gonna have to do this. So I think I'm gonna have to go with another array. Let's call it autoplay options. What do we do? I'm thinking maybe I'm gonna expand this function a bit. I'm gonna add a second parameter for the autoplay option, and that's going to be either true or false. And that'll help me decide whether or not to load the autoplay plugin in the JavaScript file. And in this case, I do want to echo it. So let's just output autoplay. I should not trust the value of that. So I'm gonna do something similar just up here. Let's say autoplay equals. So this one is false by default. So if it's true, no, if it's anything but, hold on, I want it to be false by default. Doing it wrong. I don't like that. Let's try this. Instead of doing false, I'm just gonna say no. I'm gonna leave it like that. I'll worry about it when it starts bugging out. Start to bug out. The problem is that we should not trust whenever we pass something like this. It's always going to be a string. If it's true or false, it's going to be the string value of true or false. So if I set it to null and nothing gets passed in, it's going to be false by default. But if something is passed in, even if it's false, no. If they pass a value of false, and it's going to end up being true. So no, it's not going to work. I should just go back to what it was. If it's false, then set it to false. If it's something else, set it to true. Yes, that'll work. So the whole reason for this is that I need this to be Boolean because I'm going to echo it here as Boolean. And third, I'm going to pass the autoplay options. They're setting play when you need on. That's probably because they do have a start button here to start the autoplay. Yeah, I don't need that. If you set it to autoplay, it's going to play right away. Is that true by default? Play on init. Yeah, true by default. Okay. What is this? Stop on mouse enter. When enabled, autoplay will stop when a mouse pointer enters the. I kind of do want that. And also stop on interaction to be false. Basically, if you move it, the thing is going to start playing. But if you move the mouse or hover one of the slides, it's going to stop for you. And then when you remove the mouse, it's going to keep going. Yeah, I'm gonna set those by default. I'm not gonna set them as options for now. So we need stop on interaction to be false. And stop on mouse enter to be true. All right, now we have to work on this init function because we have two new parameters and we need to accept those. So let's go to Carousel. I guess I could decide if I even want to pass these two parameters back into them. Hi Daniel, how you doing? Thank you for joining me. Maybe something like this. Hold on. I can then just not, well, it's gonna need that comma too. then and if right here, just before the parentheses. So if autoplay is true, then I'll pass in 2 extra parameters. If it's false, I don't even care passing those into the init function, and I can just give those default values over in the JavaScript file. So autoplay will also be false by default, and then autoplay options is going to be empty object by default. Now here I can make a decision if autoplay then I can copy this and add the autoplay at the end, which is an array, and then autoplay, and we pass autoplay options like so. Otherwise, we can just move this up here. Yeah, that should work. Let's see. Oh, did I? Oh, I closed Vite, of course. Unexpected variable autoplay options. Okay. You're gonna start missing semicolons now. I've been coding on a quasi Python language for the past 2 weeks just to learn something new, and I guess I got used to not using semicolons at the end of expressions. Come on. 3, 2, 1. There you go. It's 4 seconds. It's a little too slow, but at least it's moving on its own. Let's speed it up just for this testing so that we can see the results right away. Let's replace this with, leave it at 2 seconds. Okay, 1, 2, move. 1, 2, move. And if I move the mouse in, it's going to stay like that. And if I remove the mouse, 1, 2, go. Okay. Awesome, that was easy. But it was going to take more time. It may not be the prettiest implementation, but it works. You can always rework. So that's delay and autoplay. I think this is going to be a really short session because, well, this next part is going to be a little boring. Because look, first of all, I'm going to stop autoplaying, please. You're distracting me. Okay, so if I'm going to go to Tailwind CSS because I want to enable dark mode on a selector. Livandro Silva, hi from Brazil. Brazil mentioned. Let's go. Thank you for being here. So nice to have you. So yeah, I'm going to go to tailwind.config.js on our demo project, and I'm going to add dark mode selector, and then head over to the layout file again in our demo project, and on the body class I'm going to say dark, which is going to be the selector to enable or disable dark mode. BG gray 950, that's going to be for sorry, that's going to be dark mode, so dark. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Vugar, hi my man, how you doing? Thank you for being here. So nice to see you. I'm doing great, thank you for asking. And light mode is just going to be BG white. So with just that, we can go back to the browser and going to select the body. And if I move over to the classes and remove dark, it looks like crap. So I want this to look good on light mode, and I'm sorry for the flashing, but we're gonna have to work on this. And also I want this to look like filament. So for example, I need to change the border and the background color of these buttons. I want these buttons to be like that amber color that Filament uses. So yeah, lots to do. So for now, I'm going to close this, and just for reference, I'm going to open the demo Filament project. And let's head over to some place that has buttons, maybe a post. Yeah, this one will do. And I have a background here. I want the background of the carousel to be this gray, which is not as dark as the background. And of course, on light mode, please look away. It's going to be white. I'm going to keep it really small so that it doesn't bother too many people. And let's work on the dark mode colors first. Starting with the buttons. This one? That's a link. Never mind. Still have the colors. So for dark mode, they use background color this CC500. What tells me is that it is an amber color, and they use the 500 variant. So BG amber 500. Text, I'm guessing it's white. Text white. And on hover, dark hover. Okay, so they go down one. Let me write that down so I don't have to reference this. every single time. So BG background is 500. Hover is 400. How about the borders? Transition, focus, visible, color primary, no. Gap, no. Inlet, shadow, background, ring. So on light, on dark mode, BG, dark hover, focus, ring. Okay, so the border will be again 400, but 50% alpha opacity. So border, this is background, border. I lost it, 450. /50. That's on dark. Okay, let's work with that. Back to our demo. And let's go back to dark mode. Where do I keep the buttons? Carousel, resources, views, components. The good thing is I only have to modify the base. So just one place. This is a long string, I apologize. Ring, white, nope. So let's start with this one. The dark. This is going to be amber. $450. Here's the border. So let's do dark. Border amber. $450 again. The background is amber 500. And on hover is going to be background amber 400. I think everything else stays the same. Yeah. And hover, nice. If I actually do focus visible, it has a nice outline with the same color. This is when, for example, you're in the page and you're hitting tab. This is what it's going to show. On focus visible, that looks nice. And hover also looks nice. Let's change that background over here. Where is that background, by the way? Is it the base? No, this is the buttons. Index. Is it a slide then? Yeah, here it is. Okay, so set border 450. Oh, what was the border? Not the border. What's the background color here? I guess this is a better example. Maybe this header 900 BG gray 900. This is dark BG gray 900, and I'm guessing this is easily just BG white on light mode. Why do you keep doing that? What's the text color? Shadow ring. I don't see a text color here. Gray 95, 950, I'm guessing. 950, yes. Ooh, I didn't want the border to be amber though. Why did you set it to amber? This is, what is the border color? Hold on. This is BG. No, wait. $9.55. That's barely visible. It's gotta be darker than that. I guess 955. This border color is for light mode. And I believe on dark, they use white pen, if I'm not mistaken. That looks better. Okay. Guess I'm happy with this. Now let's move on to dark mode. It's almost looking good. except for those buttons. Those buttons are too bright. Let's see. PG. This is for hover. For hover is Amber 500 and background Amber 600. Okay. I close the button. I already have 500. What? Oh. See, it's rather bright on dark mode for contrast, and if I go to dark mode, it goes down one shade. Do I like this border? Yeah. Seems in line. So seems like that there's a problem with this border here. Okay, the border has to be 550. Yep, here it is. Yeah, that looks better. Doesn't look like it has a border on the frame though. But it does. It's just white tint. Is that what it is? Let's check up here. No, it's not. It's gray 955, which I already have. Okay, never mind. And that concludes the light mode. Alt-C in VS Code to break line. What's that for? Oh, you mean to break the line of the class? I know it helps with visibility and stuff. You mean let's see. But that's not really wrapping the line. It's enabling line wrapping. I'm not comfortable with that most of the time. And I know it sounds weird, but I kind of like I kind of like my things on one line. But yeah, to be honest, it does. For the purpose of this share, I'm gonna put it here so that everyone can see. This one doesn't work. Wait, what did I do? I did Command C. Never mind. Okay, there it is. Yep, you're right. Thank you. Hi, Leandro. Sorry, I didn't say hi. How you doing, man? Thank you for being here. Oh, I did say hi. You're from Brazil. Jeez. That shows how much I'm paying attention. Okay, so that's pretty much... Wait. I did change something. See? I did Command C the first time, and it kind of changed this line. Anyway, that's light mode and dark mode. We are now prepared to move to the last step of today's agenda. How much time would we have? 15 minutes. I think that's enough. What I want to do basically is, now that I have like a rough kind of sort of maybe complete functionality on the Livewire component. Blade component. I want to create another package skeleton where I am going to wrap this blade component into an Infolist entry, and that'll be the filament package. I don't think we're going to have time to start with the actual functionality of that package just yet, but next week we are going to do that. Right now, let's just create one more repo, and I choose to create it also within the packages folder. We are going to use the same command that we used the first time for this first package, the Carousel package. And it was, I'm hoping I have it on history here. Yeah. So it was gh repo, all of this. Let's see, what do I have to change here? So yeah, Infolist Carousel. I'm going to create a new repository called Infolist Carousel with this description. It's not going to be private. It's going to be public, and I'm going to use again the template Spatty package skeleton Laravel, and I'm going to clone that right away in this folder, and that should work. All right. So now we need to go into that folder, Infolist Carousel, and just like we did the first time, there is a configuration script. So we run it with php configure.php. Author name, that can stay the same. Email, let's change it. Username, that's fine. Vendor name, that's fine. Username, that's fine. The namespace, I do want it to be this. Package name, Infolist Carousel, that's fine. Class name, that's okay. Description, do I have it? I don't have it. I can change it later. Infolist Carousel package or entry for Filament version 3. Enable PHP stand. Do I want PHP stand? No. Find? No. Dependabot, that one I do. Want. Great for debugging? No. And yes for automatic change log updater workflow. Run compose and install and run tests. Yes. And delete the configuration file. Okay, so let's go and remove whatever we don't need right away. Let's clean this up. So let's go to packages, Infolist Carousel, and let's start removing things. Build, I'm gonna leave that. I don't need a config file, so delete. No database factories, nor migrations. Resource views, we do need that one. I don't want a command. I don't need facades. I don't need a class name either. I do need the Carousel service provider, although I can remove the has config files, has migrations, and has commands. I only need has views. I'm going to remove the example test. And I think that's it on the files. Now let's, what else? Let's check the composer.json file. Everything looks good. That's fine. I can remove this one. I don't have factories. Oop, not that. And on autoload, I can stay that way. We can leave that as well. This, I do need the providers. I don't need, okay, the aliases I can remove. Minimum stability, we leave it at dev. Next week we are going to make one more addition to this, because the way that this is going to work is I am going to require the current package that we're working on, which is the Carousel package. I'm going to include it in this package because I do need to use the components that we just created, and I'm just going to wrap those into an info list. So we're probably going to need to add another dependency here. And I can probably do that right now, but nah, it's gonna take some time. We'll leave it for next week. For now, what can we do? What else? This is ready. Oh, we do need one more thing. because we are going to make use of some of Filament's support functions, specifically when we're going to have a JavaScript file that we want to make available to Filament, and for that we are going to need to use a couple of classes that are available in a package that we need to require, which is not artisan, composer require Filament support 3.2. And later on, the Carousel, the demo project will need to have Filament installed. That'll be a requirement for the package to work. You will need to have at least the Infolist package installed from Filament in order to use this package. But we'll get to that next week. For now, let's just install this. And in fact, I think I can do one more thing. Yeah, let's go over another 15 minutes. I do want to test something. Let's see if I have time. So, as I said, let's move out to our... Clear this out first. In our Carousel demo, let's include this package right away. Just like we did with the first one. So yeah, let's add one more repository like this. I'm gonna copy that. Let's see if there's any complaints. Oh, no complaints because I didn't require it, of course. So I have the URL here, but now I have to go back up and then require it here. All right, try that again. There it is. Installing Infolist Carousel, auto discovered, no errors. Perfect. Now check this out. Let's actually get this out of the way so that we don't have to do any setup next week. We can just jump into the code. What I want to do now is install Filament Infolists. So let's go to filament.php. Start it. Let's look for Infolist Builder. And we are going to install this in the Carousel demo again, because this is going to be a requirement for you to use the plugin. You can't use a Filament plugin if you don't have Filament installed. Do I want to install the whole Filament thing? I don't think so. Just Infolists. Yeah. Come on, IntelliSense. Compose a requirement. Let's go with this. Now, what's next? I don't want to do this. This is not a new project. On existing Laravel projects, you want to do this instead. Filament install info lists. Right? Yes. Okay. I don't need to install Tailwind CSS. That's already there. I do need to modify the config file to add these presets. Let's copy this. And then use it in presets like this. And we need these 3 lines. Oh, now that since we're here, let's also add another line like this. But instead, it's going to be for our info list carousel package. Okay, that looks good. This is already done. This does look different though. Post CSS. Do I have a post? Yeah, I do. Wait. Tell me CSS nesting. I don't think I have that. Forms, typography. Yeah, post CSS. I'm just going to, for safety's sake, just run this entire command. Whatever is installed is not going to install it again, just in case I miss any of those packages. And now I can add this line to my post CSS config. And then Vite can stay as is. I don't need to do anything on the Vite side, but I do need to add filament styles and filament scripts. Let's take these two and add them to our layout. Sources, views, layouts, app.play.php. And that's it. We have Filament installed. Now, just to make sure that we do, in fact, let's see, maybe we can create a test info list, or maybe even we transform, we don't have a library component. We don't have components, period. It's just a view. Let's do this. Let's create a test component just to try out our info lists. Let's create PHP artisan make livewire. And let's call it carousel. No, because I'm going to or just let's just call it demo. See how that goes. Might be confusing. I already have a demo view. Infolist demo. That's fine. Now, in order for us to include Infolist here, we need to implement as Infolist and has forms as well. And then use interacts with Infolists. Interacts with forms. And to add an Infolist component to a livewire, to add Infolist to a livewire component, we need a route. In fact, let's for 1 second comment this one out. This will be Filament, no, Infolist demo. We already have this implemented in our component, and then we just need to add a public function like this one. And just for testing purposes, we can just set the state right away. We're not going to need a record in this case. And let's add a text entry. I guess we need to use Filament Infolists And down here, we just say info lists. Components. Text entry. Make. Message. Oh, of course. Okay, so we have an info list. Now we just need to render it in our components view. Like this. Oh, did I call it product info list? Yeah, I did. Call it carousel info list. And then here, we call this carousel info list. Info list, yes. I can't imagine that going well. Let me see. Yeah, I didn't include, missing a bunch of imports, of course. Maybe not that many. Oh, I need a layout for Livewire. It's in a different place. No, not really. You can just say in our info list demo on our render. Let's just say layout. Do have a class for that. App layout. There you go. So we have a very simple filament installation on our carousel demo. We have info list working, and what we are going to do next week is we are going to create a custom info list entry that is going to live in our plugin package, and we are going to then use that in our project, and we are going to see how we can include custom components for Filament from a different package and all that nice stuff. And we are going to basically assemble the same package, the same carousel that we have on Livewire only, on Laravel only, but it's going to run inside an info list entry, and that'll be the goal for next week. So don't miss it. Thank you everyone for showing up. And if you found any of this helpful, don't forget to leave a like. It's always helpful. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.